See you come home over Christmas, and Pete came back for his Welsh stag do as well, which I can assure everyone was a very subdued affair. We went bowling, we went to the cinema, and we also talked about donating money to various good causes. We did. No, we did the Cardiff 4 miles. But anyway, on the other hand, I hear his Aussie stag was an utterly shockingly debauched affair. Unfortunately, due to legal obligations, I'm not allowed to talk about it until the court case has actually passed. What I can assure everyone is both my dad Terry and Linda's dad John were released without any... Dear boy. On with the stuff, right? It's traditional for me to talk about the groom's past, okay? So, Pete was born on June the 1st, 1979. But I think even in his early years, it was obvious that Pete was different to all the other 5-year-olds in play school. He was 11. Other things in 1979, Peter, it was a pretty camp year for music. 1979 Tragedy from the Bee Gees, We Are Family, Sister Sledge, I Will Survive, Gloria Gaynor, and the real jewel in the crown, YMCA. On his favourite album when he was a kid, I kid you not, was the Kids from Fame cassette. Okay. So what I thought I'd do here today, I thought I would sort of maybe elaborate slightly on how Pete came to actually meet Linda, because it's a quite a remarkable story involving quite a lot of elements that randomly came together, and as you're probably aware, I was there. I certainly was. Firstly, the day may not have happened at all if it wasn't for Peter's bowels. We were in Thailand at the time, and Peter had been suffering from what I believe is locally or traditionally known as the Thai trot. But on the morning in question, Peter emerged from the bathroom, Ashford and Simpsons, solid as a rock. Dropped around the bedroom like a boy won the lottery. Anyway, from that point on, we were going out. So once I managed to snap Peter out of his constitution-related euphoric state, we headed down to the beach where we booked a bit of a cruise to see we're on the island of Koh Phangan, taking to the sights. But unfortunately, when we got down there, it had been cancelled due to lack of numbers. But Pete was having nothing to ruin his great day. So he decided we were going to do it on our own, so we were going to hire a taxi boat. So we did. We hired a taxi boat and sailed around. So we came to this secluded beach where we disembarked from the boat, and the temperature of the sand was like 1 billion degrees. It was really, really hot. Now, here comes like a crucial detail that actually started everything. We were faced with a choice, okay? Pete could run a mere matter of feet to the nearest shaded area, or we could tactically take a bit of pain and run to the much more inviting area of shade where two lovely ladies were. So what did Peter do? He ran to the nearest area of shade. I'm not... And I'm sort of gesturing in Linda and Jane's general direction, and then he acknowledged my movements, and then I can only describe, he bounded into life and ran over there, which I can only describe as like Shrek on crack. Right, finally we arrived in said place, and Pete's like, Pete's animal instincts kicked in, and he instinctively turned on the charm. Walking out going, oh, what's occurring? He started out banging out some classic lines. I think he said, if kisses were snowflakes, I'd send you a blizzard. Are you a parking ticket? Because you got fine written all over you. But the line that really sealed the deal was Peter's classic, I'm no Fred Flintstone, but I'll make your bed rock. And with that chivalry, Linda was swept up a beat. Long story short, this later blossomed into Peter and Linda meeting up again. We met up again for the famous Koh Phangan full moon beach party. And Peter certainly added another meaning to the words full moon that night. I'm going to insert a little bit of information here. Up by this time, we've been in Thailand for about a week, and we've been consistently told on a day-to-day basis, when we said we were going to the Koh Phangan full moon beach party, everyone's like, oh yeah, great, all the locals saying, oh, you got to go, don't take your valuables, whatever you do, don't go skinny dipping. You'll eat, and we're like, yeah. We was hammered home. Couple of shandies, Peter's derobed in the water. He emerges from the water giving his best Peter Andre impression, only to find that all his clothes are gone. His wallet, his phone, everything had disappeared. Linda was absolutely shocked by the whole scene, but in fairness to Pete, it was quite a cold night. Lowered the tone somewhat. Anyway, finally, it's traditional for me again to let the bride side of the family know what sort of man their daughter has actually married. So what I did, I decided to ask a few friends about the groom, and I got a fairly diverse set of answers from responses. People would say Peter's caring, loving, funny, charming, generous, successful person, all very kind words. But then when I heard lazy, belligerent, selfish, short-tempered, I thought that's a little bit harsh. But then, hey, if his parents don't know him, then who does? Right. All joking aside now, it's impossible for me to summarise the sort of 30-odd years that I've been around Pete. But I just want to say, Pete, you've been the best brother anyone could have hoped for, and also an incredible good mate. Yeah, well, they're not as good.
Thank you. I am human.
I've always been able to see Pete for support in some of my darkest hours, and I know that he'll always maintain these high standards as a fantastic and loving husband. Linda, as you've been told on numerous occasions tonight, and I sincerely mean this, you look absolutely incredible this evening. Peter's a very lucky guy. I've just got to tell them this bit as well. We were down the beach the other day, we were taking a photo of Linda and Peter, and you know the new phones that have facial recognition? They recognise Linda as a face, but not Peter.
And that's the height of technology. That's the best Panasonic could come up with.
Anyway, I'm sure everyone make a fantastic couple, you really do.
Woo!
Thanks to you both for an amazing day, and I will leave you in the words of Robert Heinlein. And he says, may you live as long as you wish and love as long as you live. Please raise your glasses to Linda and Pete.
Woo!